When a hurricane is predicted to hit any area, many of us are seeking the safest place to ride out the storm. For some, that safe haven is a storm shelter. The Dupuy Recreation Center here in Lafayette is oftentimes a designated shelter, but there's a few rules you should know about before that time comes. Hurricane wind speeds can range anywhere between 75 to 157 plus miles per hour, leaving catastrophic damage in its wake. And depending on your living situation or location, you may need to seek a shelter to stay safe. But it's important to prepare as early as you can.
Before heading to a shelter, if you have time, you want to try to make sure that you have enough clothes packed for 2 to 3 days. Bring something to entertain yourself, like a deck of cards or a book, something to get your mind off of the disaster that's currently going on.
Also, it's recommended you bring identification, keep a copy of your important documents with you in a Ziploc bag, and even keep cash on hand. You should also bring bedding and hygiene products, although some items will be provided to you. There are a few prohibited items.
Things that are not acceptable to bring to a shelter would include drugs and weapons. Medications that are prescribed are fine.
And Lafayette OSEP reminds neighbors that you must wear appropriate clothing like shirts and shoes at all times. Director Chad Saunier tells me if you have children, they must be supervised by an adult. And pets are allowed at Lafayette Parish shelters, but kept in a designated area. Dawson says there are different types of shelters, so be aware of rules associated with each one.
The Red Cross ran shelters. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter where you're from. And some of the locally ran shelters may have different rules on who's allowed to be there parish-wise.
In Lafayette Parish, it's important to keep in mind that if transportation to the shelter is needed, all you have to do is call 211.